Hi guys, and thank you so much for joining me today for Confessions of an Imperfect Marketer. This is the first of many training videos that will help you fix or completely avoid many of the mistakes that small businesses and marketers make when they get online with their websites. You can find all of the videos and the material in the resources section of my website. You can see the link down there below. Now, who am I? I am she. I am the Chief Marketing Scientist at Editability. And yes, I am showing you how to make your marketing dance. I'm going to show you how to do the marketing polka. Now, before we discuss the 9 different mistakes, I just want to share with you 2 different statistics that just might surprise you. 56% and 90%. 56% and 90%. Now, first of all, 56%. A recent survey shows that 56% of small businesses do not have a website. Yes, you heard me correctly. I'll give you a moment to let that sink in. 56%. Now, this next statistic is even just as surprising. 90%. My own survey of 100 local businesses revealed that 9 out of 10 of them were not using their web presence to the fullest. So of that 44% that did have a web presence, 90% of them had web presences that were losing opportunities, losing money. So what the heck is happening? That is what I'm trying to ask myself. That's what I'm trying to figure out. The internet has literally given marketers the greatest gift ever, but instead of using it for all that it's worth, marketers are leaving money on the table. They're leaving customers on the table. They're missing out on opportunities. They're losing ground to the competition, and they're putting themselves in a position that will make them irrelevant within the next 3 to 5 years. I have declared war on marketing that does not work. That's my response to all of this. I'm declaring war. I want marketers to stop blindly accepting and using old, antiquated marketing activities that no longer work for them. I want marketers to look at all the options that they have available and take advantage of activities that will deliver the highest returns and contribute directly to their bottom line. You guys, marketing should not be viewed as a huge onerous expense. It should not be viewed as this major cost center. Marketing can be a revenue generating activity if you can take the time and really figure out how to make the connection between what you're doing online and the results that you receive. So here's what I've done, guys. Based on my evaluation of each one of the web presences within my study, I've determined the top 9 mistakes that marketers make that have the biggest impact on their business and on their ability to succeed online. Based off of those mistakes, I have identified 9 critical success factors, 9 things that you need to do in order to make sure that you make the most of the internet and that you turn your web presence into a cash generating tool. Based on those 9 success factors, I'm doing several different things. First of all, I'm delivering these free training videos. They will help you think about the web differently and think about your marketing differently and give you some specific advice about how to avoid or correct those top 9 online marketing mistakes. Secondly, for the do-it-yourself, tell me what to do, just let me have at it type of marketer, I have published a book and created a step-by-step online course that guides you through all of the necessary activities and exercises. With the course, you don't have to even think about what to do. You don't have to go out and research and compare what options are out there. You just have to complete the exercises as you have the time available. The third thing that I've done, and the third thing that I have been doing for a very long time, is providing really awesome digital marketing services that help small business owners eliminate marketing that doesn't work and replace it with what does work. If you know that you need to up your online marketing game in any of these areas that follow, but just don't have the time or resources or desire to put all of this together and figure it all out, then my team can help you. We can essentially become an extension of your marketing team and do much of this work for you. So once you hear the 9 different mistakes and the 9 areas that you should be working on, I want you guys to stop what you're doing and get started immediately. There are several reasons why you should get started today. Just consider the statistics that I just gave you. 56% and 90%. If 56% of small businesses don't have a website and 90% of the ones that do have a website are somehow missing the boat with their web presence, then that leaves a small percentage. That leaves just 4% of businesses that are actually making the most of their business. It's very likely that your competition is not a part of that 4%. So that means that the moment that you stop what you're doing and start implementing the tactics that I teach you, you are going to be out in the lead. You're going to be in the front. And I really don't have to tell you what the benefits of being out there in the front are, but hey, I will. The first benefit that I see is that you're going to be a first mover. That means that you're going to receive a disproportionate benefit. It's always the first movers, the early adapters that receive the greatest benefit. The customers and the cash are going to flow in one direction online, and that direction is going to be in your pocket. So before the competition even figures out what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're doing it, you are going to be all the way in the front, destroying them online. You're going to get a disproportionate benefit because you are out in the front. The second benefit of starting right now today is that once your competition does catch on, it's going to be really hard for them to close the gap, right? So doing well online with your marketing and with your marketing period, not just online, but with marketing period, it involves 2 different things. It involves, first of all, implementing an awesome system. And second of all, it means optimizing the system, right? You've got 2 pieces. You've got implementation and optimization. By the time your competition figures out what's going on and starts doing what it is that they're supposed to do in order for them to be successful online, you will have time on your side. You will have implemented, optimized, refined, figured out what doesn't work, exploited what does work. You're going to know where to redirect your time and your money and your attention while they're still trying to figure all of that out. So those are the 2 benefits of being in the lead. So what were the 9 mistakes that marketers made online? What were the critical success factors that I'm going to introduce to you? Let's go ahead and take a look. The first mistake was that 75% of them had no cohesive online marketing strategy. Many of these marketers engaged in what I call old McDonald marketing, and that pretty much means that they had Facebook here, LinkedIn there, Twitter here a blog post there, something. You know, they had everything out there, and they were doing a lot of stuff, but nothing really connected. There was no cohesion with their marketing strategy. What you are going to do is you're going to create a well thought out, cohesive strategic plan. Every activity that you execute online will tie into this plan, and it's going to tie into the bottom line. It's going to help you make dollars. So the next mistake that marketers made was that 56% of them had no compelling core brand or message. They were disconnected visually. So if you looked at them across different social platforms and across their website, it didn't even look like the same company. So their brand wasn't visually appealing, and it wasn't consistent, which creates distrust amongst people that are looking at them. And then also their message did not resonate. You know, they had a message that really didn't speak to the issues that their targets were going through. What you're going to do, your success factor in this area, is you're going to complete a visual brand that is appealing and that is relevant. Okay, you're going to have a message that resonates with them. 63% of marketers, next mistake, 63% of them had an outdated, unprofessional, or unfriendly website design. Now, we all know that websites and first impressions are really, really important. You know that if you don't make a good first impression in 3 seconds, people are going the other direction. They lose interest very, very quickly. Many of these sites didn't render the same based off of different browsers. Some of them didn't render very well on mobile devices. You know, some of them were just outdated and didn't look like they were developed by a professional. Some of them were just plain ugly. Okay, they weren't very pretty websites. So what you're going to do to counter that is that you're going to create a website that is eye-catching and professional. And if you're saying, I don't have the money, Tiffany, to do that, I'm saying baloney, okay? It doesn't matter what your budget is. You can create a website that is very, very professional, and I'll show you how throughout this training series. The next mistake that marketers make was that 83% of them did not have a way to connect with their website visitors personally. They didn't have a way to connect personally. As you know, the web has changed quite a bit. When you first had a website, if you've been around for a while, you probably had what's called a brochure website. And that was just like a billboard. It sat out there. It was static. It did not change very much. It didn't do anything but look pretty, okay? Now the internet has shifted to two-way communication. You have to be able to communicate with your website visitors. They want to interact with you. They want to get to know who is behind the brand. People buy from people that they know and trust. They don't buy from companies. So what you're going to do is you're going to create an engaging blog that provides helpful, relevant content. You want to engage them personally in an informal way. The next mistake that marketers made was that 41% of them had little to no SEO on their websites. Okay, now this is crucial. This was something that really surprised me. When you consider the statistics, 92% of Americans use search engines. 92%. 60% of them use the search engines every single day. A good majority of us that use search engines use the search engine as the point of entry to the web. So Google is our homepage. Bing is our homepage. They are using that as a way to access every other page on the internet. So it's really important that you have a strong SEO, and that's one of the critical success factors. You need to have strong SEO both on your page, on your website, and also off of your page. And I'll talk about exactly what I mean by that in future videos. The next mistake that marketers made is that they weren't really using social media platforms very well. And this was a huge one. This is a huge number, 78%. 78% of marketers, even though social media we know is really important, they did not have the necessary social media accounts. They didn't set up their social media accounts the right way if they did have one, or they did not participate regularly on the social web. So they had these accounts, but they weren't really doing anything with it. You guys, social media is really important. I don't care if you're somebody that's saying, oh, my targets aren't out there on social media platforms. My customers aren't on Twitter. I just don't have that kind of a crowd. It doesn't matter. You guys need to be present on these social media networks because social signals and sharing and likes and things like that, that's first of all going to help you get more traffic to your website. And secondly, it's going to help boost your search engine rankings. Search engines are looking towards social signals in order to increase traffic. So it's really important that you get out there and you start to engage across these networks. So the success factor in this area is to create an engaging and active social media presence. The next mistake was not using content to become your target's task at hand. 67% of marketers were not using content to become their target's task at hand. What do I mean by task at hand? Well, what I mean is the way that marketers traditionally market is that they try and capture the attention or interrupt the attention of people while they're doing something else. That something else is their task at hand. And people have a tendency to concentrate only on the task at hand and filter out everything else. They become blind to your advertisements. So what's happening online is that you can use content to become attractive to people and become their task at hand if you provide them with answers to the questions they're looking for. When they come online looking for oranges and you've provided a resource about oranges, then they're filtering out everything else out and they're focusing only on oranges, right? So 67% of them, even though this is a truth and this is something that's very, very effective, 67% of the websites that I looked at did not have task at hand content. The way that you counter that with your success factor is that you provide a quality, relevant educational content on your website. High quality, relevant educational content. The next mistake that marketers made was that 88% of them did not have a system in place to convert website visitors into customers. Customers were getting stuck in what I call the Bermuda Triangle of marketing. The Bermuda Triangle of marketing is that place that happens or that exists after the target comes to your website, but before they're actually ready to make a sale. Targets, when they come to your website, they're just kind of checking you out. They are not ready to make that sale immediately, and you have to provide a series of small interactions to build trust, allow them to get a chance to know you and what you have to offer. You need to have those series of small interactions, and without that, people just get kind of lost and stuck, and they go over to the competition. So what you want to do to counter that is you want to have a lead conversion system in place. That's your success factor. The last mistake that marketers made was that 55% of them had no analytics, or they had limited analytics to measure the impact of their efforts. So what I said earlier holds true here. Marketing is about two different things. It's about, first, implementation, and second, optimization. Optimization is that key piece. I don't care if you are a marketing guru, if you have a gazillion and one fancy degrees, or if you slept at a Holiday Inn Express last night. If you implement your marketing system, it is not going to be perfect the first time. You absolutely have to continually optimize that system and iterate it and make it better. So your critical success factor in this area is going to be having a detailed analytics tool to do that. Now, you're looking at a few different slides that you probably see on the page below you. And each one of the slides has a problem, has a solution, and has a question to each one of the different 9 marketing mistakes that I presented to you today. In future videos, we're going to go through each one of these, and we're going to talk line item by line item about all of them. I'm not going to leave any stone unturned. I'm going to make sure that you understand exactly what's involved with this and exactly how to correct it. And hopefully, after we get done with it, it'll let you know and help you understand exactly what's going on with your marketing and what you need to do about it. Now, as you listen to those 9 different marketing mistakes, I want you to answer the question, where do you stand? What are your numbers? Are you a 1, a 3, a 4? Which ones are you struggling in? Okay? Which one of those is most important to your business right now? Answer that question. And once you figure out what your number is and decide to take action, please do not take action alone. It makes absolutely no sense to take action by yourself. Think about it like this. If you decided to buy a house, you would not grab random materials, some wood and some nails, and then try and figure out how to build that house on your own. You would go to professionals that build houses every single day and understand the best practices and the pitfalls of house building. The ones that know the secrets and the tricks of the trade that will save you money and shave time off of your process and get that extra bay window or squeeze in a few extra square feet. Those are the ones that you would go to because you can benefit from their knowledge and their expertise. The same thing is true here with the internet and with these 9 different areas that I've given you. There's a lot of moving pieces to marketing online. You should not go out and just purchase things and haphazardly piece together your online house. It's going to look like garbage if you do, and everybody's going to know it. So if you're really serious about your business, do not try and build a house without reaching out to me, guys. I am here to help you. That's why I've published my book. That's why I create my course. That's why I provide awesome online marketing services. I'm here to help you. If you were in the dark and someone came along and offered you a helping hand, you would take it. You wouldn't ask questions. You wouldn't hesitate or worry about the steps and how you're going to get to the light. You would just take their hands. You are in the dark with your marketing, and I am extending my hand to you. Please take it. Please take the free training down below. Review the success factors that I've given you and evaluate where you stand and what you need help with. And then decide whether you're going to do it alone and do it yourself option and read the book and take the course, or whether you need my help. In either case, reach out and take my hand.